So there's an argument that I see in the industry quite a lot, and it is between whether you should choose personal funds to trade with, like a personal trading account, or prop firm funding trading account, which to me, it's very silly. But first of all, we're going to go through the pros and cons and the comparisons between the two before I give my opinion on why it is silly. But I see why there is a debate between the two, because there is very different approaches to each one. First of all, we'll start with funded prop firm accounts. Now, the point of these accounts are to give the trader access to larger amounts of capital to make a larger amount of profits in a shorter amount of time. The reason why this is a thing is because most people do not have $20,000 to invest in a personal account to actually trade with, and that is about the minimum amount that you're going to need to really make consistent profits that you're going to be satisfied with, like on a percentage basis. The first major pro of taking the funding route is obviously that you yourself do not suffer the losses that you take. It is not your money that you are trading with, so therefore you are not actually suffering the losses that you might take on that account. But you still have an opportunity to make money. So the risk is largely decreased. The first one, and obviously the main one being, is that you have to pass a test in order to get to the point where you're actually going to make money and you're actually going to get paid. And majority of people struggle to pass this test, and it's because it is extremely difficult. And the reason why that is because you have rules to follow. Now, a clear comparison to personal life funds is that you don't have any drawdown limits or any profit targets to hit. But during the test that you have to take for a prop firm, you have to hit a certain profit target amount to actually pass the challenge, and you cannot violate the drawdown limits on a daily basis and on an overall basis on the account. So basically, because there's an overall drawdown limit and it's rarely over 10% that I've seen, you've essentially only got 10% of that account with the prop firm to actually trade with, rather than the 100% that you would have on a personal account to trade with. So that is a massive drawback, and obviously these drawdown limits do carry on into the actual account that you're going to make money for. So these drawdown limits aren't just for the test, they're for the overall usage of the prop firm account. Now, this is unrealistic because on a normal personal account, you're not going to have these limits. And some of them, in some cases, these limits are very, very tight on a percentage basis, and they can inhibit your trading in some ways. During the test, you're obviously going to make no money, and there is no guarantee that you actually will pass the test. So that is a sacrifice you're going to have to make with approaching prop firms. Also, to even begin the test, there is initial risk, just like you deposit into a personal trading account, that is your initial risk. You have to pay a fee to start the funded account or start the prop firm account in order to even participate in the test. So that is an inherent risk straight off the belt. So I want to get this clear. Well, most people should know this, is that although you might not lose any money from the losses that you take on the account, you do have to put up an upfront fee to even start, to even participate, and that is obviously the inherent risk that you have to take with prop firms. So with a personal trading account that you have deposited your own funds in, you do not have any of these limits and rules to follow, nor do you have to pass a test in order to get paid. You can immediately start trading that account and make or lose money on the account directly. So you get to skip that part. That is obviously a major drawback of using prop firm accounts, is having to go through that initial test. To most evaluations, there are two parts and two profit targets that you're going to have to hit before you even get to the point where you have the account that you're going to get paid for, and then you have to wait to get that account. Sometimes it could be up to 5 working days to get the the account that you're going to get paid for, and then after that you might even have to wait longer, maybe even 2 weeks to a month, to actually get paid for that account if you even make profit in the end. So it is an extremely long process, and that's what, so definitely with the prop firm accounts there is trade-offs that you have to be accepted for, and it's what is more important to you. Is it worth it or is it not? That's something you have to make a decision for yourself. Another problem that seems to be very common nowadays with prop firm accounts is that they can be taken away at any time. A lot of prop firms in the past have made up reasons to take accounts away from people, or they may go insolvent, they may shut down one day, and you might just lose everything along with it. So it can be taken away from you at any time due to circumstances that are out of your control. I suppose that can happen with a broker as well on a personal account, but it's just much less likely if you actually pick a reputable broker. Now with a personal live account, you obviously suffer all the losses you take on your personal funds. You can see this is a negative or a positive because obviously you get direct withdrawals whenever you want. You can withdraw from the account. You have freedom to do that at any moment. So that's the freedom, and a massive pro that comes with personal trading funds is that you have 100% control on what happens with the account. Whereas with a prop firm, a lot of the times you will have to wait a certain period of time before you can actually get paid out from the profits that you make on the account. So you don't have 100% control over that prop firm account, which is the trade-off that you make for trading with someone else's funds or trading with larger funds that are not yours. You do not have full control. But another pro I would like to mention about prop firm accounts is that I believe they're a perfect way to use the profits to build your own personal live account. So now my opinion on the topic. The question I'm going to ask you is, why do you have to choose one? Why not both? I see fund and prop firm trading accounts as tools that can be used to advance your trading career. There is nothing stopping you from having a funded prop firm account and having a personal live trading account as well alongside it. While you build prop firm accounts up, you can trade your live account as well. With technology like trade copiers now, it is very easy for us to trade multiple accounts all together without making it complicated. So in my opinion, there should be no reason why you're not using both to your advantage. I would always advise, no matter what, that you have a personal trading account at all times, regardless if you have prop firm accounts as well, because like I said before, they can be taken away at any time due to circumstances that are completely out of your control. So as a trader, you should absolutely have a personal account, but why not use the prop firms to your advantage as well? Because if the prop firms weren't there, you would just use your personal trading account anyway. So I see it as no different. Keep your personal trading account and just use the prop firms as tools, as they are there to be used at the end of the day. You don't need to choose one. Why not both?